Hello, everybody, and today we're going to be looking at some of wrestling's biggest issues right now. Not my personal pet peeves, but something that I think is just not helping the business really in any way. We're going to be looking at three pretty simple things today. I'm not going to go over them that long. This video shouldn't even be 10 minutes. However, I do think that they're major topics enough that I need to discuss them. First thing that we're going to be looking at is very company-based tribalism. This is very rampant on the IWC, also known as the Internet Wrestling Community, generally on places like Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, where somebody says, "Oh, WWE, I really like that show. Therefore, AEW, boo," or vice versa. I think this is a big problem. I think the way you should go about it, maybe you like WWE more. I will say myself, I am way more WWE than AEW. I watch WWE more often. Tonight's a Friday night. I should be watching SmackDown right now. But I'm not right now. I'm doing this for you. Generally, I would be, and after this is over, I'm going to. But I'm not going to watch Rampage tonight. Why? It's a boring show. Nothing ever happens on it. It's way too late at night. No. Occasionally, I'm able to watch Collision. Very rarely. Dynamite almost never. And as I said, Rampage is way too late in the evening, and you have to actually buy their pay-per-views. So, yeah, I would like WWE way more, but I still appreciate things that AEW does. I don't think they're run very well, but I say, Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr., they wrestle pretty well. Cool. And if somebody says, "Oh, I really love AEW," I'm like, oh, good for you. That is good for you that you like something. I personally am not that much of a fan, but I'm happy that you're happy. You don't have to be like, "Oh, you like AEW? Oh, you there. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh." Just because somebody likes something that you don't really like that much does not mean you have to start up a huge argument over it. Some people even go as far as to TNA, and TNA, I'll be honest, I don't really know that much about right now. I know that they have some pretty cool people in it, but that's about it, to be honest. And all in all, I'm fine with whatever you want to watch. As I said, me personally, WWE, AEW, TNA. But all in all, again, I watch all of them except TNA. I don't actually watch TNA. I watch highlights on Twitter. That counts. But I'm more WWE leaning. But I'm fine with you watching AEW. I'm just not as much of a fan of it. I will get annoyed, though, if you're like, "Ugh, you watch WWE? Mark, Vince Stan, ooh, Triple H child." No, it's just I like wrestling and storytelling, and there's good storytelling there. Just be open about it. The second thing, this does run rampant pretty much in AEW, but it happens in WWE occasionally. Pettiness. Oh my gosh, there's so much of this in wrestling now, especially the last episode. I think it was Collision or Dynamite. Dynamite. Oh my gosh, that was one of the worst episodes of Dynamite I've ever seen. Listen, if an opposing wrestling company, makes fun of you, okay, fine, give them a little shot back. Maybe you'll say like, "Oh yeah, we don't run on Wednesdays anymore. It's not important enough." Ha ha ha, very funny. And then maybe AEW will shoot back, "Tuesdays, what a boring day. Ha ha ha." Just some little banter back and forth. But WWE will say, "Oh yeah, we don't like doing all that. We don't have all these performers and don't really have enough to do with them. We just try and keep our roster steady." And they're like,
Oi, bruv, you only got your job because you backed the boss's dollar, mate. Yeah, mate, that's the only reason you got the job. Oi. Tea and crumpets, mate.
honestly, one of the worst promos I've ever heard. If you looked at I don't remember Paquette, yes, Renee Paquette, she looked so disappointed in that promo, and so did Tony Schiavone after they cut to the back where they were showing the altercation backstage. It was just rough. AEW, it's been rough for weeks now, months even, and I hope they recover. I truly do. Like, I want another wrestling company that I want to watch. Like, if WWE goes downhill for whatever reason, I have AEW to watch. If that goes downhill, I have TNA to watch. If that goes downhill, Stardom. I don't know. But still, why do you have to fire these shots together? This goes back to my original one. Just enjoy wrestling. I get it. You two compete all the time. try and find a middle ground. I'd love a forbidden door, but I feel Tony wouldn't be up to that. I feel Trips would. I don't think Tony would, because he's too petty. He can't let them have something. I think it's best for the wrestling industry if we stop our pettiness and just say, hey, I think it'd be really cool to see, the Shield reunite again. We got Roman, we got Seth, and Mox is over in AEW. Boom. Let's have him do a thing. I don't have a third hand, obviously. There. Have some fun. Unite him again. TNA and WWE have a pretty solid relationship. TNA and AEW have a decent relationship. And there's just some links there. Could work your way through. Again, I don't really get why people are so petty about this. Just have some fun with wrestling, man. It's not a business that is rigorous. No fun. It's not like a meat packing industry. We don't have to just sit at a desk and no. We're having fun. We're performing in the ring. We're cutting these promos about other people. We're having a great time, laughing, healing it up, facing it up, whatever it is for your character. And people just have to complain and groan and whine. Ugh, that doesn't make any sense. Why would Undertaker be at WrestleMania? He has nothing to do with the story. Like, what are you talking about? Just have fun. It's a fun moment when you hear the gong go, boom. It's a baller moment. Just have fun with wrestling, man. That's another one. Just have fun. Last one that we're going to be looking at, this one's a bit obscure now, but I feel is kind of good to know about. Repetitiveness. This is a bit of a weird one, and it stopped recently on Raw, but before that, oh my gosh, Monday Night Raw was one of the worst wrestling shows I've ever watched. Like, imagine I had this. I have Shinsuke Nakamura, Jimmy Uso, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens on my roster. Okay, what are we going to book for the first week of Raw? Okay, let's book Shinsuke versus Kevin. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, and we'll book Randy versus Jimmy. Okay, that sounds cool. They wrestle their matches, done. That's the next week of Raw. Okay, what should we book? Shinsuke versus Jimmy, Kevin versus Randy. Okay, wrestling twice, back-to-back weeks. All right, whatever. At least it's different people. Okay, what should we do this time? Shinsuke, Randy, Kevin, Jimmy again. Stop putting the same people together. It was a really weird period of time where, like, let's pretend Jimmy and Shinsuke have a feud, or they don't like each other. They have a match on Raw. Shinsuke wins. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Shinsuke won, right? No, the feud's going to continue for another 4 months, featuring no stipulation matches and an inconsequential finish coming in late September just so they can ignore both members for Survivor Series. That happened to roughly 8 feuds. Yeah, 8. Remember how the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders had a feud? Tell me anything that happened other than the Viking Rules match. Other than that one match, tell me anything that happened. I'll wait. Nothing. Because you keep doing the same match, people will forget which match is which. Like, oh, when was that spot? Was that last week's? Was that 2 weeks ago? When was that? And they keep booking the same people to appear on the show. That's fine, I guess. Let's say with my 4 people, I can only put one person cutting a promo every week. I don't know. Okay, so I have Shinsuke come out, cuts a promo next week of Raw. I have Jimmy cut a promo next week of Raw. Shinsuke promo. Jimmy promo. Shinsuke, Jimmy, Shinsuke, Jimmy, Shinsuke, Jimmy. Randy, Shinsuke, Jimmy, Shinsuke, Jimmy. Over and over again. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you keep putting the same people? I never used Kevin once, and I barely used Randy. And that happened to so many people on the Raw roster. It was just on the roster. It was just embarrassing in the moment. Repetitiveness is not good in wrestling, especially when it puts talent who should be on a big stage underneath what they should be achieving in wrestling. So that's all I have to say. I don't really have much else other than that. There are a lot of other problems with the business that I could go further into detail to, but I don't want to bore you for too long. Make sure you have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. Make sure to watch any former or future episodes of my channel, and goodbye.